Hey guys, it's Brandon. Thought I would have a Blitz game here today. I'm actually on a new website that I haven't played on before. It's called chessfriends.com. So I've only played one game on here. So my rating's a little low. So this might be something of a not a very close game, but I thought I'd give it a shot and see what it's about. So I'm playing Ricky V in the U.S. And looks like we have a Slav here. I'm playing I'll play the E3 Slav here. The point of this E3 move is so that the bishop can take here on C3 and C4, A4 or A5. I don't know about that move. I think he should be focusing on development before worrying about pushing this pawn, which is what I will do. He should be playing moves like not that. I'm going to take here and play probably bishop e2. If he takes, he's just wasting time and helping to build my center. Castles, and then prepare to play e4. He's just sort of giving away the center here by taking with the knight, so I can push e4 at some point. Yeah, maybe now. And I think if he plays takes, b4 shouldn't be a huge deal. He's not focusing on central moves. He's sort of just central moves and getting developed. His development is all wrong here. So I'll just castle. You can take the knight. That's fine. Yeah, if he wants to give me the two bishops and this nice position in the center, that is fine with me. So let's see what we get here. It's interesting. Yeah, what do I want to do here? Knight e5 takes. Maybe can I play d5? No. d5, g4. Maybe bishop e3 or bishop f4. Let's go with bishop e3 just to add a little extra protection to the d4 point. I didn't want him to be able to play like b4 and try to undermine the d4 point, take the knight, stuff like that. Is c5 an idea? I'd like to be able to prevent c5 if possible. Can you play it? But let's see. I'm not sure it's so good at this point. He's really getting behind in development. So let's try this, and then I'll bring my rook to rook. Wow. Just to try to slow down c5 or e5 breaks here. Is the point of that move. Yeah, maybe I can also prepare d5 here. d5 takes, or rook takes, attacking the bishop. Would be nice. Yeah, I'd like to play, like if he castles here, I think I'll play d5. Open the position up, I have the two bishops, the b5 pawn will be hanging, the bishop will be hanging, so like d5 takes, rook takes, the bishop is hanging, and the b5 pawn is hanging. So maybe he has to play knight takes, but then bishop takes, and then it's attacking the rook, so stuff will be hanging here. He's really not focusing nearly enough on his development. I think his piece coordination is a little bit off. I mean, I don't know what the bishop is doing on a3. e7 or even d6 are much better. So let's blow things open here in the center. This seems like a logical move. And if you play something like e5 now, I get a passed pawn, which I'd be okay with. Bishop g6. Probably I just play queen to b3, attacking the bishop. Okay, this is a pawn because I'm covering an attack on the queen with the rook. So I win this pawn for free. And then I'll take on f7 afterwards. b5 hanging also. So lots of stuff hanging here. Yeah. Okay, I'll take here. Takes with the rook probably is the best idea. But now here. This didn't really bother me. Because if he takes the f3 pawn, I'll have queen b3 check, picking up the bishop. Although then he takes here, that could be dangerous. This is a free queen. Thank you. So that was a little strange. Threatening the knight, so he has to retake, I think. Or just resign at this point. Okay, he resigned. So I've achieved a higher level. I'm now pre-intermediate. Let's see if he wants to play another one. If not, I'll try to get one more game for this video here. It's got this little built-in computer analysis here, I guess. It's analyzing. Is it doing anything here? Can't tell. Don't know. Oh, it's giving some analysis. I'll have to look a little bit more closely, but in the meantime, maybe we can find one more game. Let's try a 3-minute game, maybe? Okay, it's waiting for the opponent, so I get white again. So this person is not much higher rated, but looks like we're going to get d4 again. Israel. Oh, another Slav. Okay, well I guess this is going to be a Slav game. We say something here? Ramiz Dialekcello, maybe that's his name. Alright, so queen b3 is the usual reply in situations like this. If he takes, I get the bishop pair, and that should be okay. I can also play knight to e5, attacking the bishop. Like if he plays queen d7, I'll play knight e5. So, okay. He's got to guard this pawn now, so yeah, queen d7. No, he decides not to guard the pawn. So I'll take it. Now he has to play knight d7. I thought he had to play knight d7. I'll take this pawn, threatening the knight with the bishop. Okay, he missed it. Now I've won a piece. So if he plays guess I'll just check here. Yeah, this looks pretty bad. Okay, let's checkmate. Let's try to get one more game in here. That was, I mean, like I said, this is oh, he's declined my game offer. Okay, he didn't want to play again. So this is going to be a little brutal at first, I suppose, since it's all low rating. Okay, let's try a 2-minute game. Oh, that didn't work. So here's a 5-minute game with somebody slightly higher rated. And I get white again. Alright, so this will be the last game. Let's see what happens here. This person is Vlad from Germany. 1420. Okay. So like a Benoni or a Benko here. Okay, modern Benoni. It looks like. No, this is strange. Bishop e7. Just giving me the. Usually they put you play bishop g6, g6, bishop g7 if you're going to play the modern Benoni. But maybe he's not. Maybe knight f3. He just plays e5. Maybe he's just planning to play e5. So this one was a 5-minute game. So let's see what we get here. So this is maybe like a Czech Benoni, sort of, with tempos, with a lost tempo. Because in the Czech Benoni you play knight f6, c5, and then e5 immediately after d5. So yeah, let's see. He's spending a fair amount of time here. This is not something you really want to be doing. I'm not particularly knowledgeable about these like Czech Benoni positions. If you do play like e5 here, I think you know, black gets blocked up center, but I think there's, it's a space advantage for white. So in general, I just sort of try to keep pieces on the board and see what happens. But he's taking an awfully long time here. I also don't have to go into I don't have to go into a modern Benoni if he takes. I could play he takes here and just sort of sit on a space advantage. But I'll try to make the game interesting and play this here, this capture, if he does take. But he doesn't seem to be here. I don't know if maybe he disconnected or something. Maybe. Let's see. I'll pause the video, and if he comes back, I will restart it. Okay, I'll pause this. Okay, he did come back. He played castles, so I'll just develop. He wasted an awful long time playing that. I'm almost 2 minutes on the clock here. So, I mean, this is a blitz game. You really can't play that way. Now, let's keep it in the Benoni here and take this way. So this is sort of a mainline Benoni. If he plays bishop to g4, I'll play I'd play this. I don't want to give that knight up. I'd rather trade the bishops. The bishop is my quote-unquote bad bishop. And, okay, he's not interested. He just retreats. Usually you give up that bishop, but okay. So next, knight to c4 probably. Yeah, and if he plays bishop f8, attacking my pawn, I'll play queen c2. Oh. This I didn't anticipate. Can he do that? Yeah, I guess he can. That was a silly move on my part. So now when he takes, oh no, he can't, because the rook is hanging. I knew there was a reason he couldn't do this. So after bishop takes or pawn takes, the rook on a8 is hanging. So he has to develop the knight, at which point I'll just take the a-pawn if he wants to get away with this. So yeah, I can pre-move this. Yeah. So that's just a tactical blunder there. It's like one of those moves that is so one of those things that is so you don't see played at higher levels because of this tactic, obviously, and then you just don't even think about it. So and then it happens. So you don't even consider it. But then when it happens, you're kind of like, what? Isn't he not supposed to be able to do this? And you kind of forget why that actually happens. So, okie doke. Well, this person's obviously going to lose on time here. Going down to under a minute. It's playing way too slowly for a blitz game. But, okay. What are you going to do? I'm just started playing on the server, so. I don't know. It seems interesting. I don't know. You don't seem to be able to customize the board color. You know, the board's sort of set here, and it's not. It's all right, but I'd like to change, you know, the piece set or things like that. Under settings, it doesn't really have anything. You can turn always promote to a queen on, flip board, highlight last move, stuff like that. But there doesn't seem to be any way to change the pieces. I'll play one more game after this because this guy's just being a dick here. So, okay, he loses on time now. Or is he lagging? His clock says 0. Am I lagging? I don't think it's me. I have a pretty good connection. So, what's the story here? Okay, so no, I don't know if it would be much. Oh, I've achieved a higher level. Okay, all right, that was a boring game. So let's do one more. Let's try this one. Right here, 3-minute game. Anybody? Okay, 7-minute game. Okay, and I have the black pieces. Okay, let's play a Sicilian, and let's see what we get. Okay, put e6 and then d5, probably. If he plays knight c3, then I'll play probably a6. So let's just go d5. Just get a tempo on the bishop. Bishop check, I'll probably play maybe knight c6. And knight c6 maybe. Followed by a3. And just build a strong center here. Or try to build a strong center. So, okay, so my rating's going up about 40 points a game, which is about like for a being new on a server. This is apparently the older attack Sicilian. Never really heard of that. Oh, this guy's a guest, and so this is an unrated game. So I guess you can't play rated games if you're a guest on the server. So I'll probably play knight g6, knight f6. I'll probably play e5. You know, knight b7. Oh, he just played e5 right away. Okay. So knight e7, standard. Yeah, the nice thing about this pawn formation is that oh, that's interesting. All right, queen b6 probably here, attacking the b2 pawn, and he's not going to be able to really play d4 to sort of protect his e pawn. So I'll have a nice chance to get some play against the e pawn possibly. Yeah, and I'll play h6 to see if I can get him to give me that bishop, just because he's making some weak dark squares by playing b3 around his king. So he wasn't particularly interested. But now I can play probably d4, get a little space, and knight to d5. I did give up the what? Okay, well that's just a piece, so why not? I was gonna say I did give up the c5, c4 square for his knight. You know, here by playing d4, I had given up the c4 square, but I was thinking that my better development would what is going on here? He's not even gonna take the pawn back. Check. Well, I'm going to play knight f5 next. And bishop to e7, castles. I mean, I'm just up a piece here. I have a beautiful square on d5 for my pieces. So unfortunately, I don't think there's any way I can open the diagonal to his king. The a7 to g1 diagonal because of this double pawn here. But let's just get developed. Yeah, maybe my bishop's a little bad. This light square bishop, I'm gonna have to figure out some way to deal with it. Let's just castle. And knight d4 takes, pawn takes. I'm just gonna put pressure on e5, and if he tries to defend it by moving the knight out of the way, then I'll just go into d4 with the tempo on the queen. And probably I'm also looking to play rook to d8 just to put pressure on this weak pawn. Yeah. So he has to be careful here because I'm also threatening this fork on c2, forking the rooks. So is there actually any defense to that? I don't think so. You can play like knight to h5. No, I mean like queen to d. So I was thinking he had to play queen to g3 just to threaten knight h5. But let's go in for this fork here. I don't think he has any attack on any squares at the moment. I was thinking queen g3, knight h5, but if he had played queen g3, I would have just played rook d8 and then knight h5, bishop f8. Yeah. I don't have to do anything at the moment. The pieces are still forked. So let's see if he plays. I'm just going to play rook d8 so that if he plays queen to g4, I have bishop f8. The rooks are still forked, so I don't have to worry about that. How's my time situation here? 5 minutes to 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So I have a nice lead in time. Yeah, rook to d4 is also a move, possibly. At some point. I think I'll take the rook on a1 if he lets me, just to bring this rook away from the center. And we'll play along here. We'll continue. Oh, this is a totally free rook, right? But I don't want any of this. I don't want him to get any quick play on. You know, it may have been okay, but you know, rook to g takes on here, rook to g3, and all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Give him too many tempos. Give him time to drum up some kind of attack. That's what I'm getting at. This is a very strange move. This gives me a tempo with my rook, and he can't go to f4 here. He can't really go well anywhere on that. But you know, queen f3, then queen takes. This is check, and then I can also take the queen. I could have just taken the queen straight up with the rook, but I can just play check here. And yeah, maybe this check. Now my queen's guarding g8, so I can play this check, cutting off the queen, and then play f5, even forking the queen and the knight. This king is in bad shape here. So, you know, let's see what he comes up with. I mean, there's nothing going on here. It's just a brutalization. I don't know why I didn't just take the queen. For some reason, I thought queen takes e5 would be cooler, but yeah, he did have this move here, but he can't take my bishop because of the knight. I missed this blocking move, I guess. So, 1 minute on this clock. Let's see what he comes up with. Yeah, I mean, pretty much whatever he does here, I'm just going to go f5, attacking the queen. Yeah. So this is getting bad. Forking the queen and the knight. He's already down a rook, I think. I'm even playing down two pieces, sort of, in the sense that these two are playing the rook and the bishop. But he's extremely slow, and he's down pieces, and his king is running around the middle of the board. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting move there. I didn't see that. So what can I actually do here? Take. He takes. And I'll just do that. And then if he takes my rook, then I will take his rook in the corner on a1. So by taking that knight, I'm defending my queen. So okay. But the game goes on for another 10 seconds for him. So, alright. This will be the last game. Yeah, I mean, still I have nowhere really to put this bishop. Need to clear some room for the pawn to come forward here. Get this bishop out. But anyway, alright, so that was a couple of games there. They weren't particularly high quality, but what am I going to do? Just started playing on the sofa, so I hope you guys enjoyed them. And we'll see you next time. Bye.